Today we have Jesse and Terrell, both with Legal Shield. They're going to tell us a little bit about how Legal Shield works, maybe what we can use it for to incorporate it into our business. I'm guessing how it works as far as like from a consumer and possibly how it works in case you want to sign up to sell it.
Yep. So Terrell, I'll take it over to you, buddy.
All right. How's everyone doing today? I really appreciate Mr. Carpenter, Mr. Jones's time to have us set up to speak to you all. What we're going to share about today, family, and some of you may already have the service or be somewhat knowledgeable of Legal Shield, providing legal services throughout the entire country, Canada and Hawaii, and identity theft service that does the same. And in turn, what we have, I'll go right into it. Families, giving a family direct access to major law firms. And so unlimited phone consultations, that family will have access. So let's say that, like my family, 4 of us and 4 kids. So just it's crazy, crazy, crazy. So the entire family, all 6 of us, 2 husband and wife, 4 kids, direct access to the firm. So if a teenager needed to make a phone call, they would have access. Also, documents reviewed. So having your documents checked out is very important. My children thought it was just a fun thing to do when they were younger, to get their cell phone bills checked out and everything else before they sign on the dotted line. But that habit actually pushed all its way up into their 30s. So all our children now have rental properties and businesses and things like, and they do nothing without the attorneys reviewing their documents before they sign. Letters and phone calls on your behalf. The oldest daughter had a situation where she left an apartment, upscale apartment here in Lexington. They wanted to keep her deposit. She said no for 2 weeks. They said yes for 2 weeks. Being able to utilize our firm and getting that deposit back was a huge thing to her. Very big. Wills updated. Not only having access to get your wills updated, literally going to our firms, things like that, but now we have an app to where with that app, our family can get their will updated, change it yearly if they like. We have a story where we had an individual that fell sick. He fell sick, University of Kentucky Hospital. He wasn't sure how it was going to go. We had one of our legal shield professionals here that was their account. They're dealing with him. Literally gave the ability to call the law firm, get everything done with his app. Got his will done while he's laying in his hospital bed. He's still with us, but that peace of mind it gave his wife to get something like that done was huge. Traffic related. Who drives fast? Show of hands. Exactly. It's not our fault, guys and girls. It's the car's fault. It shouldn't be smooth at 80, 90 miles an hour, And most of you people are in insurance, and you know how much your premiums can go up and things like that with a few of those tickets. All the tickets my family ever received, my wife's ticket, taken care of. Mine, court costs. My son, fine. But none of the tickets ever got to John Parker State Farm, so my rates never went up. So that was a blessing for our family. Civil trial defense, coverage with that. Audit services. Having direct access to audit attorneys is epic. Whether you're a business owner, personal life, having that access that, you can do things like that. 25% discount. This is for weightier matters. So if your kid did have the drugs in the trunk, the DUI was had. And I'm not a drinker, but we all know how easy that can happen to where a couple of casual drinks get pulled over. The breathalyzer said you had an issue. So there we go. 24/7 emergency access with our services all over the country, 24/7. Get access to do those things. Family domestic law, uncontested divorce, adoption, annulment, name change. Now, we have 3 different types of plans that can go along with this to where we have a $29.95, $37.95, and one that's $49 now. They've kind of, for those that have had the service, they've kind of separated a little bit. The $37.95 is the best value for the entire family. And the identity theft service is now robust also. So the legal services encompasses the entire family, a significant other, 26 years of age, college students, and down. Monitoring alerts for our identity theft, being able to have an identity theft service that is just incredible. You get to see a credit score, monitoring alerts, social media aspect, keeping that abreast, keeping that tightened up for you. Full service restoration, we're the only service on the planet that does full service restoration, i.e., you call, you sign off limited power of attorney, we go repair it with a $3 million service guarantee and call you when the task is done. Password management, but also we now have credit counseling and education. So a lot of people in our BNIs, a lot of the lenders that have fallen short when they're dealing with families, everything else, and all of a sudden, bam, credit score is not smoking, or things aren't well enough for them to move forward. They've literally been able to plug them into this and then being canceled and get the help that they need, and a few months later come back and get those documents done and get that house purchased or major purchase made. So it's quite incredible. Also, the family can have access to this, individuals, the children also. And we also have sex offender search with this. True story. Had a family that I served, and very affluent family. It's behind the wall here in one of our one of our areas here in Lexington. And in turn, they booted up. The wife's happy to have it. She goes in the one room and sets everything up. She comes out and face is just sheet white. She's upset. And she booted up the identity theft, and a sex offender search had pinged several people that are around her behind the wall. So she wasn't a happy camper at the time. Had to move, but hey, it's part of it. And also members' perks come with this family. Um, Giving you the ability, my wife and I, we just went on a trip, and in taking that trip, she booked the rental cars, the hotel stays, everything. So the money that she saved just booking those trips through our perks paid for our services for almost like 2 years. So every time we do something, we utilize those perks to do that. And I'm sharing all this with you all because this is the ability that you'll be giving others. This is the services that you'll be handing others, to where, you all being insurance professionals, the continuing education. I couldn't imagine how you guys do it because it is crazy. So I commend you all for doing that. But giving them a service that will hold everything together. So life insurance. I can't just walk in the office and say, hey, look, that's my dad. He did. Give me his money. I need some documents saying this. I need something saying that, hey, I'm connected to this somehow. So everything that goes on, major purchases, life, a will holds all of that in place, and giving people the ability to do that. Also, I won't share with everyone right now, our small business access. This is epic, family. Had a BNI meeting this morning, shared some of the services that we did as far as for small business. So for instance, we have Essentials, Plus, and Pro. Think of these numbers: $49, $99, $169. Gentleman sitting there just started his moving business, and he's just already 8 employees, and his hair is literally turning gray because he's doing so well, trying to keep up with the pace. So letting him know for $49, he'd have access, hiring, firing, debt collection, landlord tenant issues, all the things that he'd have access to do for $49 and more. He was just kind of out there to where it's like, hey man, sign me up. I need this. And it's going to give him the ability to be counseled by the attorneys instead of waiting for matters or things to happen. That access, even all the way up to $169. We've got a gentleman here that owns a trucking company in Lexington. He paid a total of $77,000 one year in legal fees. So him, his HR person, 3 controllers, dealing with things all over the country. The truck leave the state. And so the attorneys here had to call the attorneys in Indiana and get the help that he needs. So the bill was just staggering. So $169, he laughed at it. He signed up and he said, okay, whatever. But what that did, it gave him, his HR person, 3 controllers, direct access to the firm. So the HR person could call and ask about hiring, firing. Controller could ask about the employee handbooks in different states and all the help that they need. So having all that access for a laughable $169 for him, and it is Rod's Trucking here in Lexington, and he averages over 14 million a year. So this is almost a joke to him. It's a great joke. You know, a tax deductible $169 for him. So what I'm sharing with this, with everyone here on the phone about, is that we have services. Everyone in your organization, all the people that you already have, the staff around you, everyone needs these services. And so giving you the ability, Mr. Shannon, Mr. Carpenter, wants to give you the ability to offer these services to the people that you're around. So like I said, we have no boundaries, any state. A couple of states we have licensing. And I want to give everyone my number if it's okay. My number is 859-509-5963. We are 859-509-5963. And I'll say it again in a couple minutes here. But what I'd like to do, if anyone has any questions, even after the phone consultation, conversation we have, you can turn around and just hit me up, and I'll send you some things as far as what you may need to see, compensation, to the compensation right now. So let's say, for instance, Mr. Carpenter, I come in his office. He's like, I'm, listed as a driver. I've children listed as drivers, and Mr. Carpenter's like, Terrell, I understand you have some new drivers in your home. I'm like, yes, sir. And I trust him anyway because he's my insurance person. So I'm going to trust him. So he's going to share a service with me that just makes sense. So I get the legal and identity theft service from him. I'm paying a whopping $60 or so for the services. I'm very thankful because he's helped protecting my family. But Mr. Carpenter, in 24 to 48 hours, $80 is going to hit his bank account for something I needed anyway. So let's say Mr. Carpenter does that with 3 individuals, 80 times 3. And then our company makes him take a raise, rank advance. So he gets $200 for rank advancing within 20 days. So 80 times 3, $200 on top of that. And then his sales are $100 a piece. 110, I'm sorry. So bottom line is he continues to make sales just like you guys do. And with insurance professionals, big season coming, open enrollment. So for instance, some of our accounts here, we have major school systems, Lexington State Urban County government. I talked to judge execs, and they ends up in their book of business. And so what we have fits everywhere. But you guys have the book of business and the individuals that can utilize it. And so it can go anywhere from $80 and just rank advancement up to about $380 per membership sale. The small business sales that I was talking about, that $169 sale that nets you $780 one sale. So 2 of those with a phone call, overview, people that morning, bam. That's kind of what happens. And any membership sold get paid up front on their family or individual or business owner holding the services. You start to receive a percentage of that. So residual income's attached to this. And so many other perks that we do. And so I'm going to kind of just pull back right now. If there's any questions or Mr. Carpenter has anything to add, but just know that this service that we provide is over 50 years old. People are waiting on it. They need it from you. And you have the network that can plug into this. We are set up to where insurance professionals, we have a whole network of insurance professionals that are part of what we do. And so, for instance, Energy Insurance, Nice Lukens, several other companies have already kind of tapped into it.
Anything else they need to know?
No, it's actually, and that's the thing about, being an insurance professional. You guys do so much continuing education, everything else. Ours is almost like, you remember Tim Allen? This is just, it's that simple. Services had, people need it, compensation comes out, and it's that simple. And that's what I have found in dealing with all the business owners, like our BNI. We have 30 some odd people in our BNI, and we've never had an attorney there because all of them have Legal Shield. So slightly BNIs that I'm dealing with right now, they're noticing they don't even need an attorney. Got a young lady I'm speaking with right now. She's created a business. She just needs documents read. It's costing her over $400 to have those 2 documents read. And she was like, this is crazy. So for $49, she signs up, got all the access she needs, everything I described, access to audit attorneys, everything. So that's it. She was asking me, what else does it cost? I said, no, that's $49. So tax deductible $49 is giving her everything they need to literally keep her business moving well.
Cool.
And Mr. Jones, I think he sent you, that's the overview for the small business. And this is the preferred legal plan and trial defense that I sent to you. I'll send other things, the identity theft and all that good stuff, but also I can send you an overview when I get a chance here. It breaks down the compensation plan. Don Thompson, one of the leaders of our company, explains the compensation.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So any questions after you see that, guys? It's pretty easy to sign up. If you guys wanted to sign up, Shannon will have his own link. Once we get him rocking and rolling, you'll go to his webpage and you sign right up on that webpage.